That's it. That's the first thing you hear. Elk Violence.
Elk.
On the Blade Job episode something, because I have no idea. I feel like
73, 74?
7 something.
777.
It doesn't matter. All lucky sevens. Final Fantasy 7 remake looks great.
What's in the box?
There's nothing in the box. Don't worry. But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Blade Job. I am Ryan. He is John. Follow us on Twitter at the Blade Job Show. Follow John at Blade Job J Olin. Follow Scott, who apparently cares about his family more than he cares about his unpaid shitty co-hosting gig, at Blade Job Perkins. Steel Trash Can at Steel Trash Can. Spotify, iTunes, Google Play,
Stitcher.
You know where to find podcasts. I don't know why we tell people this. Like, everyone, if you're listening to it, you've already found a place where you can get podcasts. And I'm like, well, hold on. There are options. Let me tell you about all of the different options that you could go on so you could listen to us. You can listen to us twice. You can get us downloads on 2 platforms. You can also go to YouTube. Some people don't know about that. Maybe you're at work. You don't have access to podcasts, but you have access to YouTube for some reason, because that's what I have. And you can watch/listen. You can watch a static screen while listening to words come out of my mouth. It's fantastic. You can subscribe, and I get a little notification saying you subscribed, and that makes me happy, and, you know, that's cool. So, Elk Violence.
Elk Violence.
It's on
Leave
the
us
rise.
reviews if you haven't done that already.
Yeah, let everyone know how
Those help out a bunch.
How the words are. They're good, I think. But I don't know, something about wrestling. There was a bunch of wrestling stuff that happened, and I guess we'll start with AEW, because everyone's talking about AEW. All out of tickets is more like it. Oh, it's still not funny
All out
today.
of money in your wallet when you buy them from the scalpers.
Oh my god, it's...
What are they, 3 to 5 times now?
Yeah, I'm seeing some that are like $1,500, $1,700 for like 100 section, not even like floor seats. I mean,
Dave Cole said it, and it's true. You just got to wait it out. Like, wait till day of, because tickets will go down on those sites. They're just looking to get rid of them at that point. Just don't buy them now and give them more reason to keep them that high.
So I remember a number of years ago, I forget who it was. It's a classic band. I can't remember. I think I actually, this is gonna sound weird. I think Kid Rock did it too, where they like they have a contract that sets the maximum value of their tickets, and no matter where they're sold, like if a third party seller sells them for more than that, they're legally at risk.
Oh, I remember that.
I think Kid Rock did it. I think Iron Maiden did it. I think it was Iron Maiden. That
sounds like something Iron Maiden would have done, because they were with Pearl Jam and that whole Ticketmaster thing, I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like them, Aerosmith and Iron Maiden?
Yeah, and they pretty much like set the ticket price, and they're like, you cannot sell tickets for more than this much money to our shows, period. Yep. If that ticket is sold more, we will come at you and we will take you out because we have more money than you do.
I've seen smaller bands do it on a level where it was like everybody was will call, like they released it that day, so you bought the ticket but you didn't get access to the ticket until the day of.
It's not a bad. I mean, obviously this is a situation where you have, you know, a large arena. You have a company that's still learning how to do things, but you know, there's 2 sides of the coin. We can't attack AEW for popularity. We can't attack them. Oh, well, you fucked up and now we can't get tickets. It's not their
Well, at least they
fault.
put a cap on it this time. This time it was limited to 4 per person.
Yeah, I know last time people were buying like 10, 15 tickets and then just reselling them. And it's funny because, you know, everyone's like, oh, they all want scalpers. I mean, Double or Nothing, it didn't look like there was an empty seat. So
yeah, even All In, there wasn't. I mean, everybody bought those tickets.
It's, you know, I mean, it was, but you know, on the other side of things, you know, you have to realize that AEW does, you know, they're red hot right now, and they should be looking into methods to protect fans, to protect paying fans. I still don't agree with AEW's mentality of they said that our tickets will be affordable, and they are not, even at normal face value prices. Those are a little pricey for an unproven brand. You know, I mean, I think the cheapest cheap seats are like $30 or $40.
They're 30, yeah.
It's not bad.
It's only a $3 increase from All In, from where I sat.
And once again, it's not bad, but $30 nosebleed to me is a bit high. Most even concerts, big name bands, you can get nosebleed seats for $20.
Yeah.
Because that's, you know, it's like lawn seats at Great Woods, Xfinity, whatever you want to call it.
Mansfield. I just heard it was Mansfield.
$20. You know, they're typically dirt cheap. And we did the Ticket to Rock this year where you get 4 shows, lawn seats for $60.
Yeah.
Done.
I did the $20 sale for one of them. Megan wanted to go to a country concert, so I got the $20 ones. And there was no fees or anything. It was beautiful.
Yeah, because they did
it was like the $20 summer shows or whatever.
All in. That's what the deal is. It's all in. And I saw that come up. It was $20 all in. I was like, all in already happened.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, yeah, that's it. It's. I mean, scalpers are scumbags in general. So I mean, but it is what it is. You know, I know in New York at least, it's illegal to use a robo program to buy tickets.
Okay.
And if you are caught doing it, it's like jail time.
Yeah.
Like $10,000 fine and like minimum 5 years or something like that. It's really harsh penalties. I think they should. I mean, maybe what AEW needs to do is they need to maybe find a way to like go through a different ticketing agency. I mean, I think they're using Ticketmaster.
They didn't the first time. The venue itself had its own. So I don't know if it's the same thing.
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah,
I saw screenshots.
But even if it is, the venue's probably not running their own ticket system. They're probably piggybacking off of someone else's.
Oh, definitely.
You know, where like, you know, you have fucking, you know, Slam Wham the Band Bandcamp. It's their page, but it's actually Bandcamp, you know, kind of thing.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. I didn't even look. I wasn't gonna bother watching a fucking virtual queue, you know, because I had no intentions of buying tickets anyways.
Yeah, I wasn't going again this year. That's not happening.
But you're gonna miss CM Punk.
I know.
And AJ Lee. They're definitely gonna be there.
Totally
100%.
gonna be there. Totally gonna be there.
100%.
Did you hear that? That John Belushi is also not dead, and the Blues Brothers are gonna reunite at All Out.
Yeah. They already confirmed that.
Yeah, he's been faking his death this whole time, and he was like, "All Out. That's when I want to come back."
That's not true. I mean, he's not Andy Kaufman. It's Chicago. There is a 100% chance. Keyword chance that CM Punk. I almost guarantee he'll probably be there one way or the other, because he's probably friends with a lot of these people, appearing on the show.
If I'm CM Punk, I took a picture in front of the Sears Center 3 weeks ago, and I'm posting it the night before.
Yeah.
Not even going to be there, but I'm going to post it the night before.
Well, that's what he keeps saying. Like, he posted, like, I'm all out of something, you know, like, I mean, he knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, he loves it.
You know, and
I mean, he did the autograph signing last year for All In, which is why people thought he was going to be there. But
yeah, but he probably made $10,000 to sit there for 3 hours and go, "Hey, yeah, no, I'm CM Punk. It's pretty cool."
Here's and who are you going to have him attack? Like, I'm okay with it, but it seems like every single AEW show so far has some kind of run-in from somebody.
You mean all one of them?
All 2 of them.
No, All In was not an AEW show.
Okay, well, you know what I mean. Alligators.
I don't know what you mean. That was a Ring of Honor show run by Cody Rhodes. That's all it was. you know, and we talked about it before we went on the air. It was an okay show that people like to think is amazing. It was the best wrestling show ever. It was a good show.
Unless AEW comes to New England, it's probably the only time I'll ever see Kenny Omega live or Kota Ibushi live. So that was fun for me. But
yeah. And I mean, and the problem is you got to think that a lot of these arenas still have exclusive deals with WWE.
Yeah.
Because of the early 90s or the 90s and the early 2000s, you know, because of, you know, why not? And I'm sure that WWE tried to sign as many deals as they could when AEW was announced to make sure that AEW can't run these shows. So I've heard that the Centrum has an exclusive deal with WWE, which is funny because WWE never fucking runs shows at the Centrum. I know they're running SmackDown next month, but...
Well, they did SmackDown last year.
Yeah, but we get about one show a year. Boston gets like 4.
Yeah. We did get the draft. The first draft.
Yeah.
Which I skipped because I was at Guns N' Roses.
Which is funny because I think there was a total of like 2 matches on the entire fucking
Oh,
card.
yeah. And that's the one where Cesaro got angry.
I don't even remember.
He kind of shot... He kind of like did a shoot promo about how he wanted to be on SmackDown.
I got a fingertip high five from Dean Ambrose that night.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. I jumped 2 rows of seats. Everyone was leaving, and he was just doing his. It was when he was champion.
Yep.
And he was doing his exit, and he was, you know, goes down the entry ramp and slaps fives, and he came like to the fans that were sitting on like the side of the stage, and that's where I was. So I was like,
I saw him at a house show in Worcester.
cage match.
No, it was him versus... Jesus, I don't remember who he was against.
I saw him when he still wore...
What's his name? McGillicuddy.
Oh.
It was back when Dean had the blade tights.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I saw that show.
That was one where Miz did double duty. He fought Rey Mysterio and Big Show. He did one match and then immediately did the next.
Oh, that wasn't the same show then. It was at it was the one before that. He was still in, I think it was FCW at the time, and he was in a actually no, he did have no, you're thinking of the wrong show. The main event was Punk and Big Show of that house show, because I saw McGillicuddy versus Ambrose.
No, Punk wasn't there.
Then they were running McGillicuddy versus Ambrose for like a year.
They might have been.
Because I definitely saw that match.
It was
because
Cesaro was there, and it was right after Cesaro lost, what's her name?
Steven Regal.
Sure. What was her name? The Lithuanian girl.
Oksana.
Oksana, yeah. It was right after he lost Oksana, like literally the week before.
Where'd he lose her? He lost her to oblivion, obscurity, because
they fired her.
Yeah, because she wasn't a very good wrestler. She was a great valet.
Yeah, you could have kept her as that.
But they don't know. Perfect they don't know what to do. Not everyone is Zelina Vega, you know.
Right.
Not everyone is like, I've been wrestling for 10 years, I can do this.
Yeah.
It's, let's put Lana in the ring, see what happens. She's awful. She's just as bad as Rusev.
Rusev is great.
Rusev sucks. When was the last time you saw Rusev?
I miss Rusev.
Anything of merit? When was the last time
Well, you could say the same thing about Harper, and Harper is one of the best wrestlers.
Yeah, but Harper's, they're pretty much... Hey, Harper wrestled like last week.
He did not. Yeah. I can't believe he wasn't in the Battle Royal.
No, he wrestled like last week at a house show. There's pictures of it.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
That's good. I'll take that.
If he legitimately asks for his release, they're not going to use him because they're not going to invest the time in him if he's gone.
No, but they pushed him out another 6 months. They extended his contract 6 months after he asked for his release.
Okay. So.
I know what they're doing. I'm just saying.
Okay. Now, I understand. He's a wrestler. He likes wrestling. He probably has a decent paycheck from them because he's been with the company for a while. He was pushed pretty far for a good amount of time. So, yeah, okay. He can't really wrestle right now. But he's probably getting 6 figures to sit around for 6 months.
Yep.
Oh, no.
But it's not what he wants to do.
These
jobs have a shelf life.
I get that. But if he's going to go to AEW, if he's going to return to the Indies, that gives him 6 months to work on himself. It gives him 6 months to fix himself.
I suppose.
You know, considering one of the reasons he wasn't on TV for a while is because he was injured.
Yeah.
And, you know, WWE, the way it works is you're cleared. It doesn't matter if you're ready or not to come back. You're cleared, so you're coming back.
Well, he has been cleared since February, and they haven't been using him.
No, he wrestled Dijak at Access.
3 months later.
Yeah. It's perfect. Look, if he could do a fucking proper Southern accent, he would be fine. Okay? Do not blame WWE for Harper's inability to fucking do a Southern accent like fucking some Southern redneck deliverance dude.
His entire run, all I wanted was a Luke Harper do a Gator Roll shirt. That's all I wanted.
They'd probably get sued by Nintendo, who would probably sue WWE, would then sue Nintendo for infringing on Vince McMahon's invention of the idea of a barrel roll. And then Stephanie would be like, I invented women. Everyone shut up.
Oh, man.
It's stupid. But All Out, that's a show. Just announced Moxley versus Omega. That'll be fun.
Hangman versus Jericho.
I'm a little worried that AEW is shooting all of their big matches early, especially because they're not even in TV yet. Obviously, they're trying to build storylines.
Yep.
They can't have Moxley wrestle Jericho because Jericho's wrestling Paige.
Right.
There's a good chance that Moxley costs Jericho the title, though, because, I mean, Jericho will be AEW champion.
Given
100%. But I feel like your first champion shouldn't be a veteran who's in the tail end of their career.
Exactly.
And Jericho probably still has another 5 years in him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
given their track record, I'm going to assume that it's somebody we haven't seen yet that costs them the title. It seems to be someone new comes in. That's the new headline, the new main event for the next one.
I just really hope that, like, right now it's really exciting because there's no precedence within the company of who is what, and they're still building their roster.
Right.
I'm afraid of two things. One, that they're going to just, since it seems to be like they fucking sit there on Twitter and they see a clip and they go, man, that guy's pretty cool. Sign him.
Yeah.
And I don't because
But it's the same thing Vince is doing.
No.
Vince is doing it as a get him before somebody else does.
Yes. That is a very different situation. I don't know which is worse, though.
I think that's worse.
I don't know.
I think that's worse for wrestling.
I think I think both situations are bad for the business because AEW is not, if they just sign everyone who they think looks neat or that fans like, they're going to have the same bloated, underused roster that WWE has.
I mean, look at, Ricochet is a prime example of how WWE has just grabbed someone because they wanted him not to go anywhere else.
See, I don't agree with you whatsoever because, yes, Ricochet has not been fantastic on the main roster, but his past 3 or 4 weeks with his feud with Cesaro have been some of the best matches
I agree with you,
history.
But it feels a lot like Finn Balor, where it's like, we know this guy sells T-shirts. We're not going to do anything storyline-wise. We're just going to put him in the same repeat things, and we'll just put him out there for a little bit. Remind you that we have him.
So I don't agree with that either. Balor was the cornerstone of NXT, and then he was posed to be the first Universal Champion.
And then what happened after his injury for 4 years?
Because you don't understand, and I don't think most people understand, and I'm not claiming to really have a full grasp on it, of how WWE operates. You can't... Back in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and even the mid-2000s, you had really set-in-stone main eventers.
Yep.
You had Triple H, you had Randy Orton, you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock. You had these guys are clearly main eventers because they hit every single tick. They're good in the ring, they have quality matches, they sell merchandise, they're good at promos, this, that, and the other thing. Now things are more vague. You don't have these. I think Cena even just came out and said it recently, where he said there are never going to be those top main event stars ever again, because it's a constant rotation.
No, I agree with that.
So the way things are written, so Balor goes down, Seth is now posed to be the replacement. Seth is still hot. They're not going to drop Seth, who's making them money, just because Balor's back.
That's not what I expected, but I also don't expect...
They've given him the IC title twice. 3 times even, I think, since he's come back.
How many feuds has he lost? How many times has he lost to no-name people? How many times did he lose to Baron Corbin during the era where Baron Corbin was garbage?
Once again, because Vince saw something. Vince doesn't understand what makes a heel anymore.
No,
he
does
said
not.
People were booing Baron, therefore heel.
Yep.
Even though, now, and I don't agree with this either, people were booing him because they just didn't like him.
Yeah, it was X-Pac.
I don't understand. I don't really grasp the fact that people don't seem to understand that if you really don't like someone, don't. Ignore it. Because honestly, if you're just sitting there quietly and like, that shows that you are not interested. The crowd reactions. If you're just going to sit there and boo someone just because you're like, I don't like them. And I'm not talking about heel heat, I don't like them.
Right.
I'm talking about just like, I think they're garbage. You know, Baron Corbin is not a garbage wrestler. Baron Corbin has a garbage character.
Yeah.
And he's a fucking waiter at Applebee's.
That match with Seth was great.
No, he's good. And he finally cut his hair so he didn't look like a fucking, balding 19-year-old anymore.
Yeah. I don't like the weird butt rock band logo that he seems to have on the bottom of his vest now, but whatever.
That's irrelevant, but it's just like Baron Corbin is not terrible. There are way worse people on the roster. There are way worse people in NXT.
Yeah.
There are way worse people in AEW.
Like, in a prime example of what you're talking about is what they're doing with Lars Sullivan. No one cares. And when you're watching it, it's quite apparent that no one cares, including Lars. He just looks like he doesn't want to be out there.
Oh, speaking of people who don't care, everyone, breaking news. EC3 is working the fuck out of you.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
Are you dumb?
It's amazing.
Look how he's so miserable. Do you think if he did that once, Vince would ever let him out there on TV again?
Yeah.
No. Are you stupid?
You know who is miserable? Have you seen the Cedric Alexander tweets? I missed 205 Live. Last week when he was stuck in the elevator for the whole time, he tweeted out, I promise I know how to wrestle.
It's tough.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really hard balancing act. And once again, it's because such a big roster. It's, I mean, neither show is good right now. Both shows have their major issues. I just want to, real quick, all the people who were saying they're going to stop watching WWE if Shane McMahon wins the title. I don't remember people turning off the TV when Vince won the title.
Yeah, no. I think the best thing to help all of this is they need to start creating more tag teams. They need to start creating factions again, because factions get people on TV.
Factions are good. What they need to do is they need to trim the fat. Yep. Get rid of the people you're really not utilizing. Let them go work if they want to. Or fucking...
Please just let Anderson and Gallows go.
We'll pay you for a year. You can't work, but you know what? After a year, you're free to do whatever the fuck you want.
Exactly.
Like, who cares? Because I don't want everyone to debut in AEW this year. I want because it's... Let's be honest that Double or Nothing being their first pay-per-view very well could become their flagship yearly show.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know what their quote-unquote WrestleMania is. We don't know what their American Rana is. We don't know what their Slammiversary is. We don't know what their Starrcade is. We don't know what that is yet because we only have one show to really judge and they did great. I thought Double or Nothing was really good. Was it the best? No. I've seen better pay-per-views from WWF. I've seen better pay-per-views from WCW. I've seen better pay-per-views from ECW. This was a great starting point.
Yep.
I'm really hoping that every AEW show doesn't end with another debut who attacks another person and starts another feud that doesn't really matter because there's no build up to it. Like, obviously you're going to have debuts, especially in your first year, because you don't have a roster yet. But once again, going back to the idea of, them just signing up people. Well, we're already at the point where AEW is going to have talent sitting on the shelf because there's nothing for them to do.
Right.
As of now, all we know is they're going to have a 2-hour weekly show and monthly pay-per-views. Yep. They have not announced a house show circuit. They have not announced a
streaming service.
A streaming service. They've not announced anywhere where you're going to see quote unquote developmental style talent coming up. Like, obviously they're clearly partnered with AAA, OWE, but no offense to OWE, they have phenomenal performers, but they're a Chinese company. They can't use them as a farm league.
Right.
You can't, you just can't. And it has nothing to do with filling the roster with Chinese people. It has to do with they're in fucking China.
Yep. Yep.
They're not fucking dollar store toys.
No.
You need fucking. You can't just be importing your talent from a country where your wrestlers come in and you're just like, here they are. I don't know. Hey, you've never heard of this guy, so it's fine.
Yeah. Yep.
You can't do that.
I'm interested to see what happens with their merchandise because I can't imagine that they're going to keep everything on Pro Wrestling Tees.
They're going to buy Pro Wrestling Tees. I almost guarantee it.
That's not a bad idea.
I almost guarantee that AEW will buy out PWTs or pretty much sign PWTs to be their exclusive. AEW, they take off, they're doing great, they're WCW 2.0, they're WWF 2.0, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And they've got millions and millions of fans around the world. They're a touring brand. They've got 2 shows a week now. They've got their pay-per-views. They've got their streaming service, a house show circuit. They're doing international shows, blah, blah, blah. You can't be doing your full merchandise run out of a fucking warehouse in Chicago.
No.
You just can't. It's not. So either they need to maybe not buy out PWTs, but buy a stake in it and expand it for their own business model. But then what happens to the other people who use PWTs? What happens to your Josh Briggs? What happens to your,
Retro now.
Yeah, he finally did. Your
Cam Zagamis.
Yeah, all your indie guys
all the legends
who use. Oh yeah, a lot of these legends, they make their money off of T-shirts and autographs, and
Dean Malenko's on there now.
Well, Dean Malenko
I might be buying one of those.
He is the most legendary wrestler who seems like he has zero interest in professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
He
doesn't want to be out there.
But that's the thing. Watch him go to the ring in '95. He still looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
That's just who he is. He's stone faced.
He looks like a dad who's not angry. He's just disappointed that he has to do this.
If Dean Malenko was my dad, I'd be terrified. He's like
You'd
5
be so
foot
short.
2, and he could fucking break my leg.
You would tower over him.
I'm a believe what the children are calling it these days. I am thick. And he would snap my fucking tibia like it was a toothpick.
Yep. Texas Cloverleaf.
I love the Texas Cloverleaf.
It's so nice.
I loved when Sheamus was doing it.
Yeah. Yep.
And he does it because he's got those long ass legs and he can really fucking wrench them up.
Yeah.
It's we talk about people leaving WWE. I don't necessarily want that because WWE, once the competition is there, they will have to adapt and assimilate to the situation. Yep. And I'm going to want that talent to be there. Yeah, it sucks right now. And that's the thing. It's like the wrestling doesn't suck. The wrestling is fine. It's the storylines, it's the presentation, it's the repetitiveness.
I'm worried about us having too much say.
That's the other thing too. Like, I mean, it's really cool, kind of, that AEW is like, yeah, I know, you're like, this is for you. And it should be for us, because at the end of the day, if there's no butts in the seats, there's no wrestling promotion.
Right.
You know, this isn't Rock fucking Mankind at the Super Bowl. You know, there needs to be people in that arena. But at the same time, we are not bookers.
No.
We are not industry professionals. Like I said before, you know, I'm getting all serious for a second. What we do here is satire. What we do here is comedy. And it's like, we're like the shitty Daily Show of fucking wrestling. I'm giving real information, but I'm making fun of it because it's funny to me. That's who I am as a person. I annoy a lot of people that way because nobody ever knows when I'm being serious or not. But like, there's a lot of, I had to mute a couple mutuals over the past couple of days, like people I consider at least acquaintances, if not friends, because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
What the fuck are you talking about? How do you think that this is even, like, you know, just going, fuck you, I'm mad, is not constructive.
Right.
You know, and guess what? Your opinions, when you're like, oh, hey, at Cody Rhodes, I've got an idea. You should hire this person, and you should do this, and you should do this. Guess what Cody's doing? Ignoring you completely. Mm-hmm. Because he's trying to run a multi-million-dollar business now.
Right.
You know, I'm sorry, but if he needs your help, he'll call you. That's it. And, you know, I'm sure that since Cody and the Bucks and Omega and Khan are all a little younger, they're a little more in tune with social media. They're a little more in tune with the actual interaction back and forth with the fans. They're sitting here and they're watching Twitter. They're watching Facebook. They're watching the dirt sheets. They're seeing what people are talking about. They're seeing what people like. They're seeing what people don't like. Because breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, social media is marketing. That's all it is. You think, oh my God, Twitter gave me a place where I can say what I mean and I can I can give my opinions and my feelings. No, Twitter gave you a place where you can post things so other companies can pay them for the metrics of who's talking about what, so they can use
free publicity. It's free marketing.
You know, hey, AEW All Out is on August 31st. Oh, 10,000 people retweeted that.
Yep.
Thanks for the marketing we didn't have to pay for.
Yeah.
Y'all have been great. But,
that was great exposure.
It's just, people don't understand that, unfortunately, better, worse, or indifferent, everyone is using you. You are... So, in professional wrestling, there's a term. Some people like it, some people hate it. That term is mark. Now, boys and girls, you may think mark is just some negative term to a professional wrestling fan or a positive term to a professional wrestling fan. I don't think a lot of you, and I know a lot of you do, but I don't think a lot of you, I'm fucking Lewis Blacking it, right? You people, understand where the term mark comes from. Mark comes from the origins of professional wrestling, when professional wrestling was a carnival sideshow. They were freaks. They were the bearded lady. They were the fucking dude who shoots himself out of a cannon. They were a clown named Bobo who fucking made balloon dicks. The mark was the fucking dumb guy who was walking by your ring toss tent who didn't know that you couldn't win the ring toss.
Right.
And you, sir, why don't you come on over here? We'll see if we can win you a nice teddy bear for your lady here. You know, that'll be $14. You know, you're a mark. That's what it is. That's what it means. And now we have taken that term and we have used it as a term of endearment for, in my opinion, for professional wrestling fans. Like, I'm Mark.
Oh, yeah.
I mark hard all the time. You know, when I get worked, I'm so happy because I don't get worked very often anymore.
Yeah.
So when someone works me, I'm just like, yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
It reminds you that Santa is real and birds are not.
What the fuck? Dude, I literally saw a bird today.
No, they're drones for the government. The last bird died in 2001.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. No, that doesn't.
Did you see a bird during the government shutdown? I don't think you did.
I did.
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?
Yeah.
I don't think you have.
I have. I know where I my quote unquote break area at work.
Yeah.
It's underneath a catwalk and there's a nest of pigeons.
Oh, a drone nesting station? Is that what they charge?
Yeah, and there's baby pigeons.
That's why that's why you find them on the power lines all the time. They're just recouping.
That's where I saw their corpse when the baby bird fell out of the nest onto the old truck.
Yeah.
And I had to move it with a stick because it was freaking me out. Anyways, that got dark. It's just I want. I don't even know what I want anymore, and I think that is indicative of the entirety of pro wrestling fandom, Twitter, whatever.
I'm stuck in this weird limbo where I don't want what they're offering me, but at the same time, I don't want to have control over what's going on. I don't want to be able to complain and magically I don't want to say, hey, Rusev should be champion, and then have Rusev magically be champion. But if shit hits the fan and these two companies start competing, I'm afraid that's what's going to happen.
And that's the thing. You know, let's say AEW, you know, decides to just like pander. They just pander to the Twitter fans. And they're like, yep, okay, you want Kenny as champion? Kenny's champion. Yep. Oh, you want fucking Marco Stunt as champion? No offense against Marco Stunt. Dude's not a champion.
No, he can be 15 years from now, like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. You know what? He'll be a great AEW cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
That'll be fantastic for him. But like the dude is like 4'8". He's fucking small.
When it starts happening, that's what I'm afraid is WWE is going to be the one to do it the worst.
They're gonna make like Lana WWE champion.
Wait till Roman is 24/7 champion because no one wants him in the main event.
Well, so what'll probably happen with WWE is when Vince finally does go, okay, let's put it this way: when Vince is forcibly removed by the board of directors. Yep. Because he's not gonna step down quietly.
That dinosaur head it's gonna be a big cardboard box when he's carrying that out of the office.
They'll probably just leave that there. I would. It's a lot of. And no, he has money. He would just pay some.
That's true.
Fucking. Yeah. You know, like some interns.
He just pays Lars Sullivan to put it on his back, carry it out of the office.
Realistically speaking, the person who will take over main roster is Triple H.
Right.
Realistically speaking, unless Triple H just straight up says, "I don't want it," you know, I don't want to do it. I'll remain in my position as COO.
He just Jon Snows it.
But find someone else to fucking do it. It's not my problem. Then we get Stephanie, which is... Oh.
I mean, if you're following Game of Thrones rules, it would be what, X-Pac?
I'm not following Game of Thrones whatsoever, and people who are complaining about Game of Thrones are fucking morons. Every single one of you is a fucking moron. Oh my god, the one episode at the end made me so mad the whole show sucked. Ugh, fuck off. You're dumb. You're idiots. I hate you.
Bunch of marks.
Fucking dickheads. That's what they are.
I think AEW also needs to focus on trying to figure out what they're going to do for a Legends contract early, because I think that's the one thing that is going to make people on their way out jump ship.
Speaking of also, you know, Legends. Oh, AEW. They're just doing what WCW. They're just hiring a bunch of WWE guys. Like, oh, Cody's there. Cody fucking started the company for one thing. Goldust and okay, so let's take a second and look at all of the quote unquote former WWE people who work there. Moxley, Jericho, Cody, Goldust, who's pretty much this is the end of his career.
Yeah,
he's finishing up his career there. He's 50. He's done. He's still good, but he's done. He just had double knee surgery.
He still has the best power slam I've ever seen.
Shawn Spears.
Yeah.
Earl Hebner, if that really counts.
Did you say Jericho yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
JR, Justin Roberts, which I think is a fucking bad decision.
Yep.
I do not like Justin Roberts.
Yep.
And he proved that at Double or Nothing.
Brandy.
She was an NXT. It's kind of iffy there.
She was a ring announcer.
Not for main roster, was she?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Once again, though, she started the company. She doesn't count.
Okay. That might be it. Hang on.
I mean, there are probably a couple people who've probably in developmental but never made it to NXT or something. Kong. But
Yep.
she said that was more of a one-off thing. She's not signing permanently, as far as I understand. And once again, someone else who's in the tail end of their career. But that... I can't... that doesn't sound...
Pac.
No, because he didn't sign.
True.
So...
Billy Gunn.
Road agent.
Yep.
You know, people in battle royals don't count because they're usually one-offs. I mean, even WWE does it. They bring in people who don't actually work for the company to...
So what is he now? He's just an agent for them now?
Yeah, he's an agent. Malenko's an agent.
Oh, ex-WWE superstar Trent Beretta. If you want to get technical.
Where's Trent? You know, I mean, honestly, we'll probably see a return of Scotty Goldman. You know, I think that Colt has a name enough. I actually think that instead of seeing CM Punk at All Out, we'll see Colt. I feel like
I'm not opposed to that.
AEW is a better home for him because he can kind of run his hybrid style of comedy and technical.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everyone seems to think that they've signed Cassidy, but it's like they've made no announcement of signing Cassidy.
And he just won the title back, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, that's irrelevant. I mean, Moxley's fucking IWGP US champion.
True.
He won't be in October.
That's such
Spoiler
a better
alert.
looking belt than United States.
I don't agree. I actually do not like the IWGP US championship
Really?
at all. I don't like it. It's boring to me. I actually prefer the WWE one. I mean, I way prefer the WCW one because it was an actual wrestling belt and it didn't just have a sticker on it. I know it's not a sticker, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It looks like a fucking sticker.
I mean, the 24/7 belt is the ugliest belt I've ever seen, yet that storyline is incredible.
That's not as ugly as the fucking Divas Championship.
Oh, true. All right, I forgot.
Actually, no. I'd probably take the butterfly belt over the 24/7 belt.
Well, now, here's a better question. Which one is better? The Greatest Royal Rumble title or the 24/7 title?
Greatest Royal Rumble.
All right, cool. Because there's a palm tree on it?
No, because it actually looks like at least a wrestling championship. It's just
true.
got that same fucking green ugly strap on
Yeah.
it. But you know what? AEW just needs to realize that they are walking a thin line, especially because Cody, I know you're listening, homeboy. Call me later, by the way. Matt, Nick, you know, it was good seeing you last night. Man, that was more cocaine than I've ever done. So kudos to you. Kenny, I'll take you next time in Street Fighter. I'll get you. But guys, completely lost my train of thought.
I don't even remember what you were talking about. They're walking a thin line.
Walking a thin
cocaine
line. Yep, a cocaine line. I know that you guys use Twitter. And I know most of our fans, our wonderful fans, all 7 of you, use Twitter. You know how quickly they will turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
This will not be a gradual thing. This will be one night you're the best. The next night you are trash.
This will be don't change the channel because Mick Foley wins the title.
You know, it's... that's just the way it is. That's and
some things will never be the same.
No, and social media is simultaneously amazing because you get to interact with people from all around the world. I mean, fuck, like 90% of the people I talk to on Twitter that I consider friends are from England.
Yeah.
Who I would probably never talk to otherwise because, I don't know, they live in England. I don't live there. I live in the New England. It's better. New is always better.
It's better. Just like New Coke.
Yeah. It's coming back. I'm excited. I'm going to drink some.
I had the new dark cherry Dr. Pepper. It was really good. The Spider-Man limited edition one.
Oh, the berry one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say dark cherry? I meant
You
dark
did.
berry.
I haven't tried that one yet. I tried the new Sprite Limonade. It's fucking awful.
Is it?
It's horrible. It tastes like an old Fresca that was left out in the sun.
My new favorite soft drink is 100% the Coke Zero Orange Vanilla. That orange vanilla is incredible.
Oh, it really is. Like,
Trash
honestly,
Can likes it too.
It's honestly, I hope that it has been populated enough where Coke keeps that forever because it's
creamsicles
really
are
good.
my favorite thing of all time.
They don't taste like creamsicles to me because it's vanilla Coke with a hint of orange.
Yeah.
It's not overly orange, and I like that.
Yep.
That has been my Fred talk for the day when it comes to soda pop.
Soda Popsinski.
It's Gene Snitsky. Speaking of fucking Lars Sullivan, you know? Fucking it's. I have no intention of turning on AEW.
I don't either.
And yes, I am very unhappy with the course that WWE has taken. And yes, I have kind of taken a step back from following the program regularly. But that took 20-something years for me to finally just go, all right, we're done here.
Yep.
And I didn't... so first and foremost, I didn't post it on Twitter. I'm canceling the network. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I did about Super Showdown? I just didn't watch it. Done. It was easy. Oh, well, you're still paying them. Well, fuck yeah. I've got the entirety of Nitro available for streaming.
Yep.
Of course I'm going to pay that $10.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the current... oh, well, you're just showing them. Yeah, but I'm getting something I want out of it. I don't really care.
Yeah. Yep. I watched some of it.
You know, but you know what? Since I kind of stopped watching Raw and SmackDown, they're not getting that one viewer off of their Hulu metrics. And that does show them something because that's all they, you know, ratings don't matter to WWE. Ratings matter to sponsors. Their 2.4 ratings are not that bad considering everyone has gone down.
Yep.
The reason you're not having 4.8s anymore is not because people aren't watching. It's because people don't watch anything anymore.
You don't watch
everything's
anything
DVR. Everything's on Hulu.
Yep.
It's just the way it is. Most people don't have live TV anymore. They just watch it at their convenience, which is awesome.
Yep.
I love it. I love the fact I'm watching goddamn Star Trek Voyager right now. It's amazing, and you can't watch that on live TV. I mean, you probably can. There's probably syndication, but
Yeah, probably. UPN 38, is that still a thing?
there's something. It's My TV now or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. But yeah, like fucking.
It was always funny to me that UPN was always like slightly less quality than the other channels. Like the quality of the stream itself. It didn't make any sense to me.
It's because they were fucking broadcasting from like the backseat of a like 98 Chevy.
It just always had that weird static for no reason.
It's because of the PJs.
The
PJs ruined it.
Yeah.
I loved the PJs. I mean, maybe that's just fucking roasted in the glasses, but I remember it being funny. I just like. I have no intention of just being like, fuck AEW. Like, I'm excited. I'm super pumped about a new wrestling program with new fresh storylines, new fresh faces, a lot of faces I've seen before, a lot of faces I've never seen even on the indies. Interesting to me. New wrestlers. I like new wrestlers. It's the same reason I watch NXT, because some of these people I just don't know. Because, yeah, I watch the indies. I'm much more familiar with like the Northeast Indies than I am with Chicago or Southern California, because I live in New England. So I pay more attention to these people because I see them more often.
Exactly.
You know, like the person who's sitting in fucking, you know, Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know. I'm just, you know, if I said Anthony Green, is probably going to go, who?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's used PWI's top 500 to watch, but you know, like, I know these people. He's from fucking, I think he lives in like,
well, like, what's his name?
I think he lives in Western Mass right now or something like that.
I think so.
I think he's from Rhode Island.
He just added both of us on Facebook, right?
yeah, I mean, you can just throw that out there.
No, but I was wondering if you had looked, if I was trying to refresh your memory. I didn't look to see where he was from.
Yeah, no, I know exactly where he's from, but I'm not gonna say where he lives to people.
Well, you know what I mean. A general region. But no, I feel the same way about like Sammy Guevara, like names that I have heard but didn't get a chance to see until Double or Nothing, because I'm not in Chicago, or you know what I mean.
Yeah, and once again, talented dude. I don't know what his career is gonna look like in AEW. Once again, like Marco Stunt's got his nice little kind of weird comedy gimmick with fucking Luchasaurus.
Yep.
Cool, very entertaining. I don't know how far he's going to go. I'm not a massive fan of his. He's not bad. I've seen him, and I'm like, all right, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could watch him every week. Luchasaurus, I could watch every fucking day.
Yeah. Yep.
But, it's like, not everyone's going to be a star either. Not everyone's going to be, I think what worries me most is everyone has the wrestler that they like.
Mm-hmm.
Male, female, transgender, whatever it may be. You like, yeah, that my favorite wrestler is A.
Dog.
I mean,
Officer Magnum.
Officer Magnum for Independent Wrestling Champion. Let's make that happen. Just sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but your favorite wrestler will probably never be world champion. Just the way not everyone is going to win the title. Not everyone is going to be the next Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not everyone's going to be the next Ric Flair. No one's ever going to be the next Ric Flair. Even John Cena, they can give him the title as many times as they want. Oh, he broke, if he ever, and the thing is, if he ever breaks Ric Flair's quote unquote record, he still hasn't come anywhere close to Ric Flair's record.
Yeah. Yep.
Ric Flair is like just major titles. I think he's 22, and if you throw in all the other territorial major titles, he's got to be over 30.
Did you see the conspiracy theory that I had seen about Ric Flair recently? That anytime he was going to lose, he wore red, and when he was going to win, he would wear blue? In big matches on pay-per-view
I was
events.
going to say, because I've seen him lose wearing all colors.
Yeah, but in pay-per-view events.
That's the thing, too, is Ric Flair was always a guy, and I'm not saying Ric Flair didn't have a fucking massive ego, because he definitely did, but he was also not willing to lose. Like,
right.
Because he didn't care. At the end of the day, he
wasn't Hogan it. Yeah.
Hogan was a big whiny baby.
Yeah. Him versus Sting is so freaking good.
Flair?
Yeah.
Oh, their whole feud from like 92 through fucking 96 is fucking brilliant. Like, and they kept running it even when Sting and Luger were tag champs. They were wrestling Flair and Anderson. Yeah. It's awesome.
I mean, that Hogan Sting match holds a soft spot in my heart, even though it was garbage. But
here's the thing. Hulk Hogan, he's a bad wrestler by today's standards.
Yes.
In the 70s, though, by the 70s standards and 80s standards, he's not terrible.
On a certain level, you could almost compare Brock Lesnar to Hogan.
I could actually, yeah. No, I could see that, because Lesnar's not bad. Lesnar's boring.
Lesnar puts butts in seats, but Lesnar's not the main draw. And a lot of people complain about Lesnar being there. The same way we did with Hogan.
Well, it's like, I mean, personally,
the only difference being that Lesnar will put people over.
Hulk Hogan, fucking say your prayers, eat your vitamins, was always just kind of like, all right, whatever. Hollywood Hogan, that was my jam.
Yeah.
Same dude, but that dude doesn't give a fuck anymore. Yep. And I was like, okay, character-wise, in ring, it was pretty much the same guy.
Yeah.
Like,
you should have changed that move years ago. That leg drop. Oh, man.
I mean,
you have arguably the biggest arms in the business, and your move is a leg drop.
Yeah. It's just the way it is.
It'd be like if Ricochet was like, yeah, I can do all these flippy shit, but my finisher is going to be a big boot.
That'd be weird. He'd have to lift his leg pretty high.
Yeah. It would be like a Claymore kick, I guess.
I like the Claymore kick.
I do, too.
I like Drew Galloway McIntyre, whatever the fuck his name is these days. It's just like, if AEW just kind of like coast through it. We're talking about social media. Looking at social media and pandering. Don't, like, I hope that Cody and the Bucks and Khan understand that, yes, the fans are good insight as to what works, what doesn't. Mm-hmm. We are not the be all end all, because everyone, like I said, your favorite wrestler will probably never be champion.
Right.
And that's a good thing, because not everyone is championship material. And I hate to say it. Yes, it's fucking smoke and mirrors. It's a big old fucking soap opera. It's a big old, like, it's not real.
The best thing to do is to take Dan Barry's shirt as fact and just know that your favorite wrestler sucks.
Mm-hmm.
They're also coming back. Do you see that next week or this week? Team Tremendous is at Beyond.
Yeah. $12,000 later, and I'm trying to not do anything right now.
Yep. I still haven't been to one. I'm not going to this one, but
I'm not going to be doing a lot of stuff lately for a while.
Yep.
At least until I figure out my finances. But anyways,
it looks nice.
Yeah, no, it drives nice. It's fun. I'm still getting used to it though.
What year is it?
2013.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't want people to be disappointed when, and I'm not the person who's like only big men can be champion. Like, that's not. No. I'm not a fan of, like, I wasn't a huge fan of Rey Mysterio winning the belt, and no offense, he only won the belt because Eddie died.
Yep.
That's the unfortunate side of things. They wanted to, sounds so horrible, but they wanted to capitalize on Eddie Guerrero's popularity one more time.
Yep.
And that's what they did with it. And honestly, I'm happy that he won, because I know that him and Eddie were friends, and I know that even though he was told to do it, he did legitimately win that title for Eddie.
Right.
And that's really heartwarming, and that's really good. But business-wise, the only reason he won it was because, Eddie died.
Yeah.
And
I mean, but like,
the only reason he won the U.S. title at WrestleMania was because JBL was done. And I, like, say what you want about JBL, but what a way to go out. Fucking heel temper tantrum, I quit, and then literally just never coming back.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'll give you that one, Mr. Layfield. Like, also, as a fucking hardcore conservative, he is really against most of what's happening right now.
Yep.
And not, like, the stuff that, like, Republicans are mad about. He's mad about everything. He's like, this government sucks right now.
Yep.
And that is kind of crazy, because he's hardcore fucking conservative. I just saw one of his Twitter posts the other day, and I was like, God damn. Like,
I do not follow him.
I mean, he's a piece of shit, but I mean, he does a lot of humanitarian work, and he really does do good things. He just, as a person, is an asshole.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, I wouldn't hang out with him. I mean, I might hang out with him as long as Ron Simmons was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if I'm getting the APA experience, I'm getting the APA experience.
Yeah. And JBL better grow his hair back out, or else we're not even having this conversation.
I loved the Acolytes, but that's neither here nor there. That was back, the fucking corporate ministry era of Undertaker was my favorite Undertaker.
Ken Shamrock? Right? Wasn't he a part of that?
I think so. Yeah, he was part of that, because he was part of the corporation, and they merged with the ministry.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking, that was when they were crucifying fucking Stephanie and Stone Cold and shit. Yo, that was awesome. Yeah. Which is funny.
No idea why my parents were angry.
Funny, because Kurt Angle refused to sign with ECW due to a crucifixion, but signed with WWE, completely ignoring the fact that they had also done a bunch of crucifixions.
Yep.
But theirs were stylish.
Yep.
Theirs weren't visceral and bloody, like, I don't know, a crucifixion would be.
Yeah, exactly.
But that just shows how pissed off people were. Where Paul Heyman's like, Raven, you need to go out and apologize.
Yeah.
Really, Paul? Do you see the shit we do? And he's like, yeah, I know. Yeah. Trust me. I just, you got to do it. We made a mistake. Okay. Like, we just got to own up to it and move on. You know, we only make about $40 a week and we need to figure this shit out. You know, I don't know. It's, I don't even know. Finishing up my thought. Will Marco Stunt ever be AEW champion? Probably not. If he is, it's kind of a mistake because it's probably because they're trying to pander to the masses. Will Chris Jericho be AEW champion? Absolutely. 100%.
Yep.
If not only because he would want it and Cody would want it, because it literally solidifies him as one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want... Okay, so I look at it two ways. A, I don't want him to be the first AEW champion because I think Hangman deserves it more.
Yep.
I think it makes more sense to have a quote-unquote like homegrown style guy being your first champion. But think of the heel promos if Jericho wins. I'm the first AEW champion of all time.
Oh, yeah. If you make Paige have to work for it, if you make Paige have to fight for it.
It's... So far, they only have one show in the books and one show coming up.
Yep.
They only have one real gimmick match.
Well, they have 2 shows coming up.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The next show.
Yeah.
They have a hardcore match. But other than that, no gimmicks yet. No ladder matches. I mean, I'm assuming they're going to bring that stuff in.
Yeah.
Cage matches, ladder matches, because that's what people want. They've already set the precedence. Cody has said it in interviews. We are not going to give you a watered-down professional wrestling experience. We are going to give you... People are bored. They want the things that they miss. They want blood and violence.
Yep.
And that's what we're going to give them. And they showed it when, fucking Goldust decided to bleed out in the middle of the ring.
Yeah. Yep.
And do you listen to the Jericho podcast with him?
No, not yet.
He pretty much says, he goes, yeah, maybe I went a little too far with that one.
Yeah, he definitely did. But whatever. You get to do what you want. You got the freedom to do what you wanted. Yep.
And that's the thing is, blood can tell a story, and it did, because all I saw, like, even after the match, like, when Cody was looking like Ric Flair with his bleached blonde hair fucking stained red, and it wasn't his blood.
Yep.
It was a visceral experience, and that's what professional wrestling should be. It should be an experience. It should be... You walk away and you go, I felt something.
Right.
And I still feel that way with WWE every now and then. And I'll admit, I didn't feel that way throughout Double or Nothing. I felt it at times during Double or Nothing. Obviously the experience, the match with Cody and Dustin, it hit a lot of emotions,
Yep. I think if you are feeling all of it, though, then I think that it's not for everyone. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think you shouldn't feel it for every match.
No, not at all.
Because that means somebody else is.
I wasn't really... It's not that it wasn't a good match, but I wasn't super into Best Friends versus... whoever the fuck Best Friends wrestled.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fine match, but I don't have a super big connection to Trent and Chuck. Like, they're good. I like them, but they're not, like, my favorite tag team.
Yeah. I love Trent. Both
there was definitely an elicited response at the finish and the post match of Kenny and Jericho because it set the precedence of anything can happen.
Yep.
Which is the exciting part. And they did a good enough show where even though a lot of us had the idea that Moxley was going to be there, they did a good enough show where I forgot about it. So when it did happen, I was surprised again.
Right.
Because I was focused on the show. I was invested in the show. And then this happened. As opposed to, next week on Raw, blank debuts.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. So you tune in.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just going to...
And also the same matches you saw last week, you're going to see this week. And then we're going to repeat them again on SmackDown.
But also, debuting is fucking, I don't know, someone from NXT who's had like one match. They're not going to do anything.
Monsieur, or however you say his name, the kid who just won the Rumble.
I don't know. I mean, it's nice.
It was Angelico and Jack Evans, the best friends.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And like I said, it was a fine match. It's just, and I felt bad for the whatever they call the Smash Bros now. Because nobody knew who they were. They just kind of stared at them. And they're like, and now everyone's fucking already up in arms. Why are you changing their names? I don't know, so you don't get sued by Nintendo?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yep, maybe.
Maybe that's the reason they didn't say their name during the show either. Because they don't want to get sued by the company that is known to sue everyone.
Right.
Like, people like to pretend Nintendo's like the be-all, end-all, like, good guys of the industry. But it's like, fuck, if you do something to piss them off, they will take you down. And, that's probably...
I'm very excited for Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
Those games are just mindless fun for me.
I'm trying to not be excited about a lot of things right now because I tend to just get disappointed. But it's funny when I'm supposed to be disappointed. I have a lot of fun. For example, Fallout 76, I love.
Yeah.
So...
I thought about getting that because I know it's free to play right now.
Yeah, no, honestly, I'll give it a glowing recommendation. I mean, when it launched, it was kind of buggy and kind of broken, but they've done enough updates where it works fine.
I've been grinding on Mortal Kombat right now.
Mortal Kombat,
especially since they're adding Nightwolf, and that's freaking love Nightwolf.
Yeah, they're filming a new Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, buddy,
sick. New Terminator looks good too.
It does look good.
I'm hesitantly optimistic. But I'm just glad that they're doing a different storyline. It's not just John Connor. It's someone else is in trouble, and then Sarah shows up to save them. Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
But anyways, we are off topic, and we are fucking done. I'm done. 1 hour, 7 minutes. Enjoy that shit. I
have a great week.
Talking. Don't have a great week. Have a complacent week.
Complacent.
Yeah. Just give up. Watch Raw. Watch SmackDown.
That sounds like a Lars Sullivan week.
And just be like EC3 and show up and go through the motions, because he's working you and you're all pretty dumb because you haven't realized it yet. Okay, bye.
Awesome!
Every Wednesday on the Wrestling Perspective Network, RJ and Michael Berry Sr. come to play on the Revisionist Booking. They rebook a wrestling pay-per-view from the past and try to make their cards awesome. Follow them on Twitter at RevisionistBook, at Michael Berry Sr., and go over to iTunes, Stitcher, and blogtalkradio.com/Wrestling Perspective Network and subscribe. Head over to whatforapparel.com/revisionistbook and check out their great apparel as well. And as always, you're welcome, and let the revisionist revolution begin.
Run away if you see me. Don't even say my name. Don't think that you can know me. Don't try